Buddhism, a prominent global spiritual tradition, provides deep understanding of human existence, prioritizing the search for wisdom, compassion, and inner serenity. At the core of Buddhist teachings lies the acknowledgement of suffering as an intrinsic aspect of the human condition. Among these sufferings, one of the most profound is the challenge of coping with grief and loss. With this foundation, we are about to unfold a powerful and poignant story that illustrates how the timeless wisdom of Buddha's teachings can profoundly impact individuals coping with grief and loss. In a quaint village nestled amidst rolling hills, two inseparable friends, Ravi and Maya, bore the immense weight of grief as they lost their respective parents. The bond between them grew even stronger as they navigated the heart-wrenching emotions that accompanied their profound loss. Every morning, they'd meet under the ancient oak tree, their sanctuary from the world, and share their stories. Tears flowed freely, and their mournful whispers spoke of longing and pain. Ravi grieved for his father, who had been his guiding light, and Maya for her mother, the wellspring of love and comfort in her life. Maya, in the wake of her mother's passing, was consumed by grief. The loss of her parents had carved a chasm within her soul, an abyss of sorrow from which she could find no escape. Her once vibrant life felt like a distant memory as she withdrew from the world. The sun's warm embrace turned to shadows, and the songs of the birds no longer reached her ears. Ravi, the other half of this heart-wrenching tale, chose a different path. He turned to the teachings of Buddha in his quest for solace. Amid the swirl of emotions that threatened to engulf him, he found a fragile raft of understanding within the wisdom of those ancient words. With each page he turned, he hoped to find a way to navigate the storm that had been unleashed in his heart. Ravi believed that in finding solace for himself, he might also extend a hand to his dear friend Maya, who was drowning in her own sorrow. With the knowledge he'd gained from his readings, Ravi approached Maya, who had lost herself to her grief. He chose his words carefully, understanding that Maya's heart was as fragile as the petals of a wilting flower. Ravi spoke gently. "Maya, I know your pain is immeasurable, but there are teachings that can help us find solace and understanding." Maya, her voice barely above a whisper, questioned, "Do you really think there's any wisdom that can ease this agony?" Ravi, his eyes filled with compassion, replied, "I believe so, and I hope you'll consider it." Ravi decided it was time to share a story from Buddha's teachings that had touched his heart. He hoped that the story of the jar of salt falling into a river, which made the river undrinkable but eventually became pure again, might bring some solace to Maya. As he recounted the story, he saw a glimmer of curiosity in Maya's eyes. "Just like the salt dissolved and made the river pure again," he explained, "your grief can also lessen with time." Maya, however, remained deeply skeptical. Her sorrow had been her constant companion for so long that the mere idea of letting it go seemed alien and impossible. She shared her doubts with Ravi, saying, "I can't imagine ever feeling whole again. My grief is a part of me now." Ravi, never losing patience, replied, "It's okay to feel this way now, Maya. Grief takes time to heal, but it's not a permanent state. I'm here for you, no matter how long it takes." With time, Maya began to slowly open up to the idea of healing and acceptance. The pain that had been her relentless companion was now showing faint signs of retreating. The salt jar story and Ravi's unwavering support began to pierce the darkness that had enveloped her. One evening, she whispered to Ravi, "I'm starting to see a glimmer of hope, Ravi. Maybe, just maybe, the pain can dissolve with time." Ravi smiled warmly and said, "That's a wonderful step, Maya. We'll take this journey together." With each passing day, Maya's grief began to gradually recede, just as the sun's gentle rays melt away the morning mist. It wasn't an instant transformation, but a gradual evolution. The lessons of impermanence and the wisdom of letting go started to find a place in her heart. Maya observed one day, Ravi, you were right. Just as the salt in the jar dissolved and made the river pure again, my grief has started to dissolve, making my heart lighter. As the healing continued, Ravi and Maya came to a shared understanding about the transformative power of time and the importance of letting go. They both learned to cherish the memories of their parents while living fully in the present, no longer burdened by the weight of unrelenting grief. Maya expressed her gratitude, her voice filled with emotion. Ravi, you've been my guiding light in this journey. I don't think I could have come this far without your support. Ravi, his eyes brimming with tears of joy, replied, "And you've shown immense strength, Maya. Together, we've found the healing and acceptance we needed." Inspired by their own transformative journey, Ravi and Maya decided to share their wisdom and the salt jar story with others who were coping with grief. They believed that the teachings of impermanence and acceptance could bring solace to those in need. Maya said, "Our journey isn't just for us, Ravi. It's a story we can share to help others find their way through the darkness of grief." With a shared sense of purpose, they embarked on a mission to help others understand the transformative power of time and the importance of letting go, just as they had discovered together. Their hearts were filled with compassion, and their souls found peace in extending a helping hand to those who had lost their way in the labyrinth of grief.